Welcome to the BEASTwriter Family, where social media engagement is encouraged. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today is Taco Tuesdays. We're just going to kick off right as we get into it. There were two pro days, and it was between, obviously, Justin Fields and quarterback Mac Jones from Ohio State and Alabama, respectively. I just finished up watching both of those pro days, and I came away impressed with both of those players. Now, there's a lot of talk that's being discussed as to which way the San Francisco 49ers are going to go in. Are they going to go after Mac Jones, or are they going to go after Justin Fields, who's currently set at number 3? Ultimately, I still believe that guy is going to be Zach Wilson. I think there's a lot of smoke there. However, if that does not come to fruition and the New York Jets ultimately stay at number 2 and select Zach Wilson as their quarterback of the future, don't be surprised if the 49ers then double down on that, selecting Justin Fields. Now, I know they were just at Mac Jones's pro day, but there's a couple of different reasons why you have to look at this as a potential smokescreen. One, you had Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels both at Alabama's pro day because they have a strong rapport with Nick Saban, the Alabama head coach. You guys know I'm a huge Roll Tide fan. I do a lot of my due diligence when it comes to things like this, especially with Alabama. So you really want to put too much stock, and you don't want to put too much stock in the fact that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch were both at Alabama's pro day, other than to possibly say, hey, Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick, what do you guys think about man Jimmy Garoppolo? You guys want him? It could be a trade discussion there. And I posted a picture, a screenshot that they were both seen talking to each other. And I know people are like, oh, they should have had their masks on. Yes, I get it. At the end of the day, don't be surprised if New England Patriots make a play for Jimmy Garoppolo. The writing is on the wall. Jimmy Garoppolo is on his way out. And I don't care how you cut it. I don't care about that whole one more year thing. Look, if the right price comes along, you cannot say that the San Francisco 49ers would not take that player and take that offer. Steve Weiss from NFL Network even echoed that. So I'm piggybacking on what he said. He said, yes, he's been told that Jimmy Garoppolo is the guy today, but if there's an offer that the 49ers can't refuse or they feel that is too good to pass up, they will trade Jimmy Garoppolo. So let's not get it twisted. Jimmy Garoppolo is definitely on the trading block, and he's on the outside looking in. And again, hold on real fast. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and do so. In the BEASTwriter family, we're giving away, for anyone who does, you'll be entered to win this 49ers Fit founding member BEASTwriter family exclusive giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and you'll be entered and engage with me here. So that being said, let's go ahead and get to your questions. There's a lot. Oh, here we go. A lot of questions here. All right. Romero Puentes from the BEASTwriter family says, this is my quarterback ranks for the number 3 selection. Wilson, Fields, and Mac Jones. If Wilson goes to the Jets, I draft Justin Fields. What do you think, Ryan? If Wilson goes to the Jets, I like Justin Fields. I think that Kyle Shanahan can coach him up to be definitely a top 10 quarterback. To me, I'm not as high on Justin Fields as some other people. Now, I know he had a great pro day, but again, Daniel Jeremiah said he hit out of the ballpark. I didn't see him hitting out of the ballpark, and here's some reasons why. If you watch his mechanics on his throws and the accuracy on some of his throws, you will notice that the wide receiver has to turn the other way to catch the ball. He's not throwing to the receiver consistently in stride. These are things that we saw in college, on game film, on game day. And for me, if I'm going to select a guy like Justin Fields at number 3, I have to be confident that he can run my system. But furthermore, I have to be able to trust that he's able to throw on the proper shoulder to the receiver in stride so he can gain those extra valuable yards after the catch in the Kyle Shanahan system. What you'll notice is on these intermediate to deeper throws, you'll notice the wide receiver either slowing up, slowing down, catching it on the wrong shoulder, not in front of him, and in stride. These are things that you really need to look for when you look at accuracy. Now, I'm not saying that Justin Fields is not accurate. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is these are just things that you can look for and you can assess for your own analysis. And then you come back to me and say, hey, look, Ryan, BEASTwriter, you have a point on there. Or you know what? I'm going to have to disagree with you a little bit, man. I think he's fine. I think those things can get coached up at the next level. When it comes to Mac Jones, I mean, his pro day was Now, if I was to pick between Mac Jones and Justin Fields, it's a no-brainer. I'm picking Mac Jones. I'm picking Justin Fields all the way. So if Zach Wilson is off the board, and I know I have to take a quarterback because I don't trade up the farm drafting a wide receiver or a running back or anything like that, or tight end, I'm not going to take Kyle Pitts at number 3. I'm going to go and get Justin Fields. Yes. So Justin Fields, in short, would be my play. Thank you so much for your question. And again, happy Taco Tuesdays. For those who don't know, we are also hopping on another live stream with my man, good friend and mentor, Jim Trotter of NFL Network. He will be on our show at 3:45 p.m. You guys wanted these hot topic guests, these big time guests, these home run threats. You're going to get it. My man, Jim Trotter, is going to hop on the show at 3:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be lit. We're going to have a lot of things to talk about as it pertains to all things NFL. Really looking forward to that. I am stoked for this interview with Jim Trotter. I hope you guys are too. Get those questions ready. One of the most humble guys I know. He really knows his stuff. Obviously, if you keep up with the Huddle and Flow podcast, you would know this guy's the real deal. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to some of your other questions that you have. Niners, okay. Robert Watson, thank you so much from the BEASTwriter family, the first BEASTwriter family giveaway winner. Thank you for sending that super sticker and your generosity. I really appreciate it. Thank you. This is what's called a super sticker or a super chat, I guess. And people are wondering, what is that? It's this. It's a highlighted comment. And if you like the work, like the channel, like the BEASTwriter family we're striving to build, go ahead and consider sending me a super chat. And just really fun way for me to engage with you guys. All right. Jonathan K28 says, why does Bill look like a sassy girl in this picture? I don't know. I don't know, Jonathan K, but maybe he's just upset about the whole entire Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl thing. Jonathan K says, also, if the 49ers don't take Fields at 3, I'm done. A lot of people would be. Because why would you move up to number 3 for a guy like Mac Jones? And here, let me tell you something. This is a huge smokescreen why Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch were both at Alabama's pro day instead of Ohio State's pro day. All right. Let me just break it down brick by brick as to why. You don't attend Justin Fields pro day because you already know what you're getting with Justin Fields. You don't know what you're getting with Mac Jones. So if you're a talent evaluator, you're going to want more eyeballs on that specific player because, again, if you're thinking about selecting him at 3, and if there's someone in that war room who says, you know what, Mac Jones is the guy, he's way better than Justin Fields for what you're trying to do, and Kyle Shanahan says, all right, man, we got to take another look at this guy. You had 2 days to look at him as pro days. Twice you had a chance to look at him. So I think they know where they're going with this. If I had to take an educated guess, my gut feeling is they're going to go after Justin Fields. So they don't really have to do any work there. They might get him in for a private workout here or there, but let's not mistake. Justin Fields is definitely a better prospect for the system and for what Kyle Shanahan wants than Mac Jones. Now, why was Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch both there? Again, to get another set of eyes on there, just another day of production for them to go ahead and evaluate and confirm what they saw on the first day of Alabama's pro day, along with the film study and everything else. But it is interesting to see him talking to Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels, isn't it? And Jimmy Garoppolo is probably looking at this live stream right now being like, oh my gosh, I woke up yesterday. I heard some news. They said I had 1 more year, and then I wake up, and then BEASTwriter shows a screenshot. A picture's worth 1,000 words, bro. And gosh dang it. Could I be out in San Francisco? I'm cool with it. I wouldn't mind playing for Bill Belichick. I don't want to be here in San Francisco. Wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Niners all day 55. Same after that pro day. You have to take him. He's good. He is good. 49ers Ultimate Report. Thank you so much for the generosity and the super chat. He says, sup, Ryan, any thoughts on the pro day? Yes, I'm going through those thoughts. And what are your thoughts on my analysis as to why it's a huge smokescreen on why Lynch and Shanahan are both at Mac Jones pro day instead of watching Justin Fields? It's a huge smokescreen. Anybody who says otherwise, you're doing yourself a disservice because you wouldn't trade up to number 3 for a guy like Mac Jones when you could have got him at 7 or 8 and gave up less draft capital. Come on. Come on, guys. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. If you don't know, now you know. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, really, would you really trade up number 3 for Mac Jones when you could have had him at 6 or 7? It's like the movie Draft Day. You could have had Ray Jennings at 8. Why'd you pick him at 1? Same exact scenario playing out. So again, don't be surprised. Don't be shocked about everything that's going on here. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Jonathan K28. Jones had the best wide receivers and running back in the country. What? Jones and the country and still looked crap. Even Bill was shaking his head. Interesting. Bill was shaking his head, probably in disgust. We don't know. It could be a smoke screen too. Bill Belichick could be like, oh man. Maybe he told. No, I'm joking. What would be funny though, right? It's like shaving points in the movie Blue Chips. You guys remember the movie Blue Chips with Nick Nolte and Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway? Remember when they were shaving points? Tony, why'd you shave points? What if Bill Belichick was told by Nick Saban, hey, he's going to have a crappy pro day so you guys can keep him at number 15? I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying that did happen, but that would be funny if it did. Jonathan K said, Bill probably saying, oh crap, I have to pay a first round for Jimmy. Don't I? 49ers Ultimate Report. Ryan, Mac Jones did not do anything today to be worth the number 3 pick. Do you agree? Yes. Absolutely. Listen, you guys follow me for a reason. Mac Jones is not going on the top 5. I take that back because we don't know if there's a team that's going to trade up. But let me just tell you this. He's not going to go to the Niners at number 3. So cut that. You're not going to hear that here. All right. Niners all day 55. Kyle was probably so bored he was watching Fields on his phone. Probably. All right. Jonathan K says they scheduled a play for Kyle from the BEASTwriter Family with Smith running the same route as Sanders did in the Super Bowl and the same result, and the look of disgust on Kyle's face was hilarious. Alan Hernandez from the BEASTwriter Family. What's up, Beast? Can you go into more depth at how both Mac Jones and Justin Fields' pro day went? I'd like to see how you dissect their quarterback play and who do you take at the 3 spot? Well, I think I just did. Now that this question was asked about 20 minutes ago, but what are your thoughts on my analysis on it? So for me, again, Justin Fields is the prototypical quarterback who runs those outside zones and can run those naked bootlegs and play action passes. I believe the Niners ranked 5th or 6th in the NFL in running play action pass. You think you can run play action pass with Mac Jones? You're doing yourself a disservice. There's no way you can run play action pass with Mac Jones. And I know he says, I'm not a statue. But let's face it, compared to Justin Fields, you're a statue, bro. You cannot run a 4.43 40-yard dash. Speed kills in the NFL, and you don't have it. I hate to say it, but the truth is the truth. You just don't have the speed to maintain the proper schematics of what you're being asked to do under Kyle Shanahan's system. Justin Fields is the better play at number 3. Now, again, they're going to take a quarterback. Ultimately, that guy is Zach Wilson. I think they're best suited to go after a guy like Zach Wilson as opposed to Justin Fields. But plan B option, you always got to have a plan B. I think Justin Fields is the next best option. I don't think it's going to be Trey Lance. I don't think it's going to be Mac Jones. Again, you wouldn't trade up to number 3 to go after a guy like Trey Lance or Mac Jones. You just don't do that. Just don't do that. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Jonathan K28, Jones' deep ball was bad too. Yes, it was. Mac Jones, as in Mac Jones. People are saying, who's Jones? So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about Mac Jones' pro day. What I saw from him is in the short to intermediate game, he was good. On the longer, deeper routes, he was a little bit inaccurate. That's something that we didn't see during the year. Because again, if you look at every single game, as I scouted Mac Jones over the past 2 seasons, being a huge Roll Tide fan, and I do college scouting all the time anyways, when I covered for a hot mic, but getting back to it, you saw some things in his game that make you wonder, well, there's not even defenders there. How can he be so inaccurate downfield when this is kind of scripted? Like, you practice this. Just saying. And if you guys watched the post pro day interview with Mac Jones, with Jesse Palmer, he asked, hey, the Niners moved up to number 3. What's your interaction with them? And how do you think you would fit under Kyle Shanahan's system? And he said, oh, yeah, we run a lot of the same things, the same concepts. I know they do a lot of outside zone stuff, but he was saying, you know, I just do what I'm asked and told to do out of the framework of the system. I don't go out of the framework of my system to hurt the team in any way. I just do what's asked of me. To me, that tells me that you know deep inside that you're not really a strong fit for Kyle Shanahan's system, because what Kyle Shanahan is going to ask you to do is do that and more. Like, he expects everything from the quarterback position. So, yeah. Alan Hernandez, Niners, that was a good comment, Kyle, watching Phil from his phone. I love the feedback. You guys are engaging with each other. I love this here in the BEASTwriter family. It's going strong. Jonathan K28, Fields leaning backwards, crosses body, landing it in a bread basket from 65 yards. That was awesome. I cannot repeat that, but yes, it was awesome. And I would agree with you 110%. All right. Dang, we have a lot of comments in here, and it is going hot. Again, if you're just tuning in, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel in the lower right-hand corner of your screen as you stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. Also, if you're watching from Facebook, just go to youtube.com/BeastWriter. You subscribe there. Or if you're on Twitter, just click the link in my bio. It's up there 24/7, 365, and you'll be entered to win this 49ers Fit limited edition founding member dry fit t-shirt. Honestly, it's probably one of my most favorite t-shirts I've ever worn. It's good for the gym, but it's also good just to wear around. I mean, the quality of this is, here, I'll tell you what the quality is. It's a 100% polyester, and it legit, like, I wish you guys can see the material, but it's legit. It's like soft. It's good material. I don't know what else to say. What do you expect? It's the 49ers giving you stuff. So, all right. So, what do we got going on here? Let's see here. We have Mello from the BEASTwriter family says, whoever they pick in the draft, I just hope it's not a bust. That's the risk we take. Yes. Everything's a risk. All right. Jonathan K. Kyle knew Fields would ball out, and he got in there before anyone else knew what he knew. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. All right. Let's see what else we got here. I'm just scrolling through. Jonathan K28 says Colton Miller signing extension with the Raiders for 3 years, $42.6 million contract, $18 million a year. Wow. Colton Miller just got paid. The blindside left tackle just got paid. First round pick. Interesting that the Raiders went ahead and invested so much money in Colton Miller after trading away or releasing 3/5 of their starting offensive line. Rodney Hudson now off to the Arizona Cardinals. Gabe Jackson now off to the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, Richie Incognito was released, now re-signed. And Trent Brown obviously traded to the New England Patriots. So, but hey, they have Colton Miller. They like him. All right. NVC 707 says, what's up? What's good, Beast? What is going on, man? Thank you for tuning in to the BEASTwriter family Taco Tuesday live stream. I'm doing it a little bit early. Usually we kick it off at 2:30 p.m., but because of pro days, obviously, I want to get this out there so you guys are in the know before they know. Any analysis and insights that I can provide you guys so you guys can better formulate your analysis and what your thoughts are, I'm all eyes and ears. Field of Dreams. I like that. Got caught off guard. I was looking at that. It's like, ooh, I kind of like that. Bang Bang Niner Game from Facebook. Bang Bang Niner Game. You gotta get Bang Bang BEASTwriter family. So do yourself a favor. Go to youtube.com/BEASTwriter so be entered to score free 49er swag. 49ers Bud said, I would cry if they get Zach Wilson. Cry in a good way or cry in a bad way? Probably good way. Romero Puente says, since it's Taco Tuesday, I recommend you some fish tacos Baja style. You know what? I love fish tacos. Again, I went to school at San Diego State, and that's all I ate was fish tacos. It was right across the street from the dorms or the suites, we would call them, because I lived in Cuicacali, and there were suites from the suites that I lived at. And oh my gosh, they're so amazing. Fish tacos are amazing. If you don't like fish tacos, and I don't even like fish that much, be honest. I'm more of a steak and potatoes guy. But yes, for Taco Tuesdays, people are saying you should do a mukbang and then talk football or talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, because it's Taco Tuesdays. We talk about everything in here. It doesn't have to be football. I think I'm going to do that. I think that'll be fun. And then you guys can enjoy tacos as well with me. So we can have live taco chats. I think that'd be really fun and interesting. I don't know. Illinois to the BEASTwriter Family. Propaganda and smoke screens everywhere. Yes. Yes. Tommy says every day is Taco Tuesday. That is true. Every day is a Taco Tuesday. Maffey says, is Lance just a new version of Cap? He has huge upside, but not enough film on him. Yeah, we don't have enough film on him. Alan Owen says, Kyle almost looking as old as Bill Belichick. Ooh, interesting. Jonathan K said, Bobby Hart just signed a... Thank you. This Jonathan K is like my Adam Schefter. He's like, he keeps us up on everything here in the BEASTwriter family. Jonathan K, thank you so much. Keep it up. Bobby Hart just signed a 1-year deal with the Buffalo Bills. Not surprising. That's not surprising. I got it. Sports fan said subscribed last night. You get alert. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And I did get the notification. I am going to get back to you. Thank you so much. And welcome to the BEASTwriter family. I know you're a New York Jets fan. Obviously, you liked what I had to say on my piece on Fred Warner. Apparently, it's going viral up there in New York, and people are talking about it because it's something that could actually play out. We're going to have Jim Trotter on my live stream at 3:45 p.m. Again, if you guys are just tuning in or just subscribed to my channel, be sure for that. So, again, this is the reason why I'm doing Taco Tuesdays a little bit earlier, just to talk about the pro days, get ahead on that, and then also gear up for my man and mentor Jim Trotter at 3:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as we talk all things NFL. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's see here. What we got here? Brad McCullough says, Justin Fields all day, every day. Mac Jones is not better than Jimmy. Mac Jones is CJ Beathard 2.0, even has the dad bod. Wow. Thank you so much, Brad. And I would say and highly suggest you go to youtube.com/BEASTwriter right now so you'll be entered to win our Family Friday giveaways every Friday, 2:30 p.m. on our live stream, which this week would include a founding member, 49ers Fit. Yes, 49ers has a gym. It's called 49ers Fit. I work there. And get this Dry Fit t-shirt. They don't make them anymore. This was made back in 2018. They don't even make them anymore. So good luck finding one. People were telling me in the BEASTwriter family, like, oh man, can I buy one? And you couldn't even buy one. We didn't sell them. You had to be a member at the gym. But I got some for you. All right. Tommy Huxley from the BEASTwriter family says, Mac and Cheese Jones is not the guy. Sports fan, New York's fan says exactly. He throws behind wide receiver. He does. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Ooh, my man JP says Mac Jones didn't look good. No, he didn't. JP, my man from the Arizona Cardinals fan base, says Mac Jones didn't look good. He did not look good. And again, what did I say in my previous live streams? And you guys all agreed. Or most of you guys agreed. They're not going to go after Mac Jones. I said, don't buy the smoke. That's all smoke when people were... It's for clickbait, guys. Really? They're going to go after Mac Jones at number 3? Come on. Save yourself the time and money and don't click that. I save you guys a lot of time on that one. JC Montana, what about Trey Lance? I like Trey Lance, but not a 3. Too raw for me. That's why people at the Senior Bowl were calling him Meh Jones. Ooh, Frank Willis from the BEASTwriter family. All right. What else we got here? Niners all day 55. Mac Jones pro day did not even compare to Justin's today. Neither did Lance's fields to debate. Interesting. All right. Mark from the BEASTwriter family says, not sold on Fields. Receivers looked like they were constantly showing up for the ball. Come on, Niner fans. Find a way for Wilson. Yes, I agree with you 110%. That's why when Daniel Jeremiah said that Justin Fields had one heck of a pro day, hit it out of the ballpark, I was like, did you watch how inaccurate Justin Fields was on those shorter to intermediate routes? Yes, he was definitely deep on those deeper routes. Downfield, on those fly, go, post routes, corner routes. I get it. But did you see how inaccurate he was on the intermediate routes? The receiver had to come back to the ball, catch it on the wrong shoulder. Kyle Shanahan doesn't like that. Or having the wide receiver to stop midway in his stride to slow up to catch a ball. Kyle Shanahan doesn't like that. But with that being said, if Zach Wilson is off the board, Justin Fields is the next best option. Hate to say it. And who knows? Justin Fields could be the next all-pro top 5 franchise quarterback. We don't know. We're just projecting. But at the end of the day, If I was the San Francisco 49ers, I would not have made all that draft capital to move up to number 3 for a guy like Justin Fields. I would have only made that move if I knew that I was getting Zach Wilson. And even then, that's a lot of draft capital. But I get it. GM John Lynch is on the hot seat. He had to make a power play move. If this is his last hurrah, he's going to want to be married to the quarterback of his choice, tied to his fate, and he doesn't want to be tied to Jimmy Garoppolo any longer. Tommy Huxley, Ryan, did you French chef stole beautiful presentation from Japanese chefs? What? I don't know. Ryan, did you French chefs stole beautiful presentation from Japanese chefs? I don't understand your question, Tommy, but get back to me on that. Romero Puentes, what about this Niners trade down with Atlanta for 4 and number 1 in the 2022 or 2022 second round this year? Atlanta selects Fields, San Francisco selects Jones or Lance, and they will have 2 second rounds for a quarterback and a wide receiver. To be honest with you, I'd rather just keep the pick because you already gave up the farm and take whatever quarterback's left. That's what I would do. If that guy's Justin Fields, I'm going to roll with Justin Fields. I'm going to trust Kyle Shanahan that he can turn Justin Fields into a perennial Pro Bowl player. I have trust in Kyle Shanahan that he can make any quarterback look good. Unfortunately, I'm not sold on him being the best talent evaluator when it comes to the quarterback position because, again, for those who forget, CJ Beathard was his chosen guy, and he traded up for him in the 3rd round. And where is he now? With the Jacksonville Jaguars and GM Trent Baalke. So 704 Bounce Charlotte says, what's good, bro? What is up, man? How are you doing on this Taco Tuesday, bro? Again, we are having my man, Jim Trotter, on our live stream at 3:45 p.m. to discuss all things NFL. Get your questions ready. We're going to talk all things NFL. We're going to talk about a huge issue that I believe that not too many people are talking about, and we need to talk about it every single day. It's the lack of diversity in the NFL. That's something that's huge and that needs to be discussed because we have the Rooney Rule, but is that just enough? I don't know. It was a good step in the right direction, but I feel like teams are just kind of using that as in bypassing it and just hiring their own guy. Especially in today's society, I mean, we really need to focus on what's really important here. And Jim Trotter and Steve Weiss do a great job on the Huddle and Flow podcast. If you haven't checked them out, I post them all the time. Go ahead and just Google it. Go to the Huddle and Flow podcast. They're on Spotify. Download them. Hey, I'm telling you, the best podcasts out there, and that includes mine. They're the best. So if you want to know anything, insider analysis, news, predictions, what their thoughts are, what they're hearing around NFL league circles, Jim Trotter, Steve Weiss, Huddle and Flow podcast. Check them out. BEASTwriter approved. Boom. Isaac V. So very excited to have Jim Trotter on. I know you guys are excited too because you guys have been hitting me up. Oh my gosh, you have Jim Trotter on? That's crazy. Yes, Jim Trotter is going to be on. We also have a few other guests in the works too, so stay tuned for that. I told you guys it was coming, and you guys were wondering like, oh yeah, cool story, bro. And here we are today. So stay tuned for that. Big things are coming. All right. Isaac V from the BEASTwriter Family says, stuck at work, not even doing my usual job. Thanks, COVID. Thank you for keeping me entertained with your realistic and accurate analysis. Thank you so much, Isaac V. I really appreciate the love and support. And again, feel free. The BEASTwriter Family is all about good vibes only. So if you even disagree with me, that's fine. That's cool. Just be respectful and have a healthy discussion about it. Don't call people trolls. Don't cyberbully people. I mean, that's not what we're here for. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but there's a certain way about enforcing your opinion or talking about your opinion. So everybody's here very respectful for the most part. Some people kind of fly off the handle and then I just boot them out. But I haven't had to do that yet. So good things are coming here in the BEASTwriter Family. Thank you so much for your love and support. Really appreciate it. All right, Niners all day 55. You don't move up to number 3 to get the same player Mac is just a little bit than Jimmy. You get Fields at 3. He's the only option. I agree. All right. King Kyle 21 says, be prepared for the number 24 Najee Harris pick. This is a Steelers fan, probably, King Kali. And yes, I wrote this podcast earlier on Najee Harris, possibly going to the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 24. Mel Kiper thought it would be Landon Dickerson. I said, nah, I would rather roll with Najee Harris. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Roy Solis from Facebook says, do you think Emac Jones will have been available at number 12? Yes, I do. Potentially. Now, as the draft board currently stands, it all depends on what the Carolina Panthers do and if GM Scott Fair would be aggressive enough to reach and have enough trust in Mac Jones to select him at number 8, than rather going after a guy like Micah Parsons. See, the risk versus reward there for me is you're taking a huge risk because if you're looking at your vertical board, Micah Parsons is head and shoulders above Mac Jones. And you already invested heavily in Teddy Bridgewater. You can't wipe him off the books this year. And you already signed him to that 2-3 year contract with the Carolina Panthers. So GM Scott Fitter is tied to him, even though he didn't give him that contract. So why not just add more weapons and reboot next year? Because again, any GM that comes into a losing situation, you're already in a compromised position anyways. So you don't want to further that and compound that problem by reaching for need, diminishing the value of the pick. You just don't do that. If I was the GM and I'm GM Scott Fitter, I'm saying, you know what? I'm in a stupid, dumb place right now. But that's why I'm here as the GM. No joke. That's why they brought me here to kind of ride the ship. And I'm not going to reach for need diminishing the value of the pick, selecting Mac Jones at number 8. We already heavily invested in Teddy Bridgewater. He's okay. He's a bridge gap quarterback. Get it? Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, anyways. So, no pun intended. But with that being said, I would rather go after a guy like Micah Parsons. I think Micah Parsons would be good. However, they just signed Hassan Reddick. They did get a middle linebacker in Denzel Perryman. I get it, but he was only on a short-term deal. Don't be surprised. Denzel Perryman, I absolutely love, by the way. Don't be surprised if they go after a guy like Micah Parsons, or even if you don't want to roll that way, go get cornerback Patrick Surtain, the best cornerback in the draft, in my opinion. That's what I would do. Brad McCullough, they were scouting Najee Harris come back into the first offense set for years. Yes, I love Najee Harris. That's my draft crush. You guys all know about that. It's no secret here in the BEASTwriter family. Chris Baluda says, how can they trade 3 firsts for third pick if there is even the smallest possibility that they don't get their guy? That's a huge risk. It is. It is a huge risk, which I believe. Again, if you're on Facebook, which you guys are, just go to youtube.com/BEASTwriter and you'll be entered to win our Family Friday giveaways. Again, if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can't score free gear, and you guys are already on the platform. Do you get free gear from Facebook? Probably not. Do you get free swag from Facebook? Probably not. But here in the BEASTwriter family, you do. So do yourself a solid, man. You're doing yourself a disservice, like being in the lotto. Everybody wants to win, but you got to play to win, man. You got to play it. You got to be in it to win it. All right, J Warren 86, BEASTwriter family says Jones overthrew a lot of his receivers to make it look like he has a big arm. Overcompensation? Maybe. Tommy Huxley, I think G would beat out Mac, Mommy Jones in competition. Nasio 707 says, yo, Beast, do you think Fields or Lance is the better fit for the Niners? Justin Fields is a better fit for the Niners. Trey Lance has the higher upside. Can't believe I'm saying that, but Trey Lance's potential is ridiculously good. But he's super raw, right? So you see the potential, right? This is how you look at it from a scouting evaluation standpoint. You see the guy's potential. You're like, man, this guy has the most potential of any quarterback coming out of this draft class, period. And that's including Trevor Lawrence. This guy has high potential, but he's raw. So it's a huge risk, but then a high reward. So are we willing to take a risk on the potential of this prospect, knowing that he may or may not pan out? And we don't know if any of these players are going to pan out, but that's a bigger risk when it comes to Trey Lance, because again, he's so raw. We don't even know what we're getting. I mean, we have to mold this guy into the guy that we hopefully want him to be 3 to 5 years down the line. It's going to be tough play. But I would say if I was GM John Lynch, I'm going with a safer bet. I'm going after Justin Fields at number 3. Based on current draft position, right? Because if you're going to take a guy like Trey Lance, you wouldn't move up to number 3. You would take him at number 7 or 8 right before the Carolinas pick, because we don't know what they're going with their current quarterback situation. Niners all day 55. Fields is being slept on because Trey Lance is getting too much hype that he doesn't deserve. He's the pick at number 3. Whew, we have a lot of talk. Man, there's a lot. Isaac V from the BEASTwriter family. Is there any aspect of Lance's game that is better than Fields? I think not. Why is the media so high on Lance? I'll tell you why the media is so high on Lance. One, it's for clickbait. No, I'm joking. Maybe. He's a raw project, but his potential is super high because we see what he can do. Now, he wasn't playing against FBS competition, right? He wasn't playing against D1 powerhouse SEC, Big Ten, ACC talent. So you're going to have to kind of convert on another scale, not just going from college to pros, but now going from North Dakota State to, or wherever he's from, to SEC talent, and how does that compare? And then compare that to NFL level. That's just a huge leap for me, for anyone. I mean, if you're drafting some guy that's in a Division II, like Quinn Miners, right? Division III kid. Division III, goes to the Senior Bowl, shines out of control. Now people are saying, oh man, this guy's definitely a day 2 pick. Interesting how that works out. Again, you're projecting a lot. You're projecting. Eddie Stark, no matter what, Vontae Mack. I like it. Draft day. Here we go. Jerry Yang, how much do you look at pro day anyway? Seems like such a controlled environment. That's what made Mac Jones' pro day shocking. Can't overthrow if there's no defenders. You put a lot of stock in the pro days because what you do is you want to confirm what you see on film and then double check at the pro days. And also you want to do your due diligence. When you talk about scouts and the scouting department, what they like to do there is they like to gain interaction. So it's not so much their on-field performance. Of course, that's part of the evaluation process. But more importantly, you want to talk to the strength and conditioning coach. You want to talk to the trainers. If you're on campus, you want to talk to the professors. You want to talk about the person's work ethic. You want to talk about how they are off the field, how they treat the local guy at the cafeteria. What? That happened? That's interesting. All these things test a person's character. So aside from the on-field performance that we see on NFL Network, they're doing a lot of things behind the scenes, talking to and interviewing a lot of the people behind the scenes to kind of gauge that player. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll bring in people on these 30 pre-draft visits before COVID, and they won't even bring in those players specifically to talk about them. It mostly be to gauge better interest on a certain player. Like, so let's say they brought in, I don't know, like this year, right? Let's say they brought in Trey Sermon for a pre-draft visit if it were to take place. Obviously, you can't because of COVID, but hypothetically. And he said, okay, come in Santa Clara. We want you here. Oh, yeah, we want to get to know you, which may be true. We want to get to know you a little bit better. But what do you think about, Justin Fields? Like, how is he? Oh, I like Justin Fields. Oh, really? What do you most like about him? Like, what's the one thing that stands out in your mind about Justin Fields? Again, this is the same exact question I asked Jimmy Garoppolo when he came and made his way to the San Francisco 49ers. I was the one that asked him the Tom Brady question. I said, what was the one thing that stuck out in your mind playing behind Tom Brady? Because he was the gold standard. So what's the one thing that you take from his game and hopefully you think that can translate here in San Francisco and being the gold standard here? And he talked about his work ethic, right? So again, you want to bring these things to light and you want to ask these types of questions because at the end of the day, you're continuing to probe and getting to know the person. It's like interviewing. It's like when you go on a date. Just when you go on a first date with a girl, you want to make sure you get to know that girl. But at the end of the day, it's just one date. You got to get to know them like before you go, before you want to put a ring on it or something, right? So same exact thing. You want to do your due diligence. So a lot of the stuff is not so much on-field performance, but off-the-field performance. But thank you for your question. I appreciate it. Schoolwork. For the BEASTwriter family, I want draft day to come already. I can't take it any longer. Yeah, me too. Love that movie. Me too, Eric Simpson. I love that movie. And get yourself and join the BEASTwriter family, bro, here on YouTube. If you do, you'll be entered to win this Family Friday giveaway this Friday, 2:30 p.m. on our live stream. A family member's 49ers Fit Dry Fit T-shirt. In fact, we have 3 of these we're going to give out. If we hit 2,000 subscribers, we're almost there. All we need is 30 more subscribers, and we're going to give away 3 of these bad boys. So you got to be in it to win it, my man. Brandon Green, Wilson or Fields going to look great in red and gold? Oh, man. You ain't kidding. Chris Tomiyama says, yo, Ryan, way to represent the Japanese community. What are you benching these days? Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate the love. And we're going to have some more AAPI stuff coming up. I have some stuff lined up as far as community engagement and how to raise awareness with the whole Stop Asian Hate. A lot of people are asking me about this, and I am popping up on a few podcasts. We are also working within the community, so stay tuned for that. But what am I benching these days? I mean, my max bench is 345 pounds at 152 pounds. So it's pushing a lot of weight. Nowadays, I'm still trying to get my strength back. I have a bum shoulder, but I can probably rep out max rep maybe 315 right now, which is not bad. It's only 3 plates, but I mean, at my weight, I'm only 150 pounds now. So I dropped some body fat percentage. So I'm at 150 pushing 315. It's not bad. My max is 345. So I want to get back to my max, obviously, but I'm got a bum shoulder. Not going to let that deter me. Slowly gaining my strength back. And if people want to know, well, how does that convert to the pro day and repping 225? Well, I can rep up 225 22 times, no problem. 22 times at 150, not a problem for me. There's actually videos of that at 24 Hour Fitness during the combine. They saw me repping that out. They're like, hey, can we video record you? I was like, sure. So they had NFL Network running in the background. I slapped on 225 and just was like pounding it out. And people were like, what the heck is this guy doing? Yeah, maybe the pre-workout hit a little bit too hard that day, but hey, it worked. 22 reps of 225 at 152 pounds. Not bad. Slider Mark, why does everyone ignore Trey Lance? Ridiculous. I don't know, bro. Baby Boy Niner, I just can't imagine gambling 3 firsts for nothing but the first overall. Even in the slightest possibility of them not being able to get their guy is just way too big of a gamble. Baby Boy 49er, you are absolutely correct. Maxi Milano Romel says, from the BEASTwriter Family, if Fields goes to the Jets, who would you take number 3? Justin Fields would be my pick. Justin Fields would be my pick. Game winner 31 from the BEASTwriter Family. Who impressed you the most today? Of the quarterbacks, Justin Fields impressed me the most. Mac Jones definitely wasn't impressive at all. Wow. Alan James DeHart says, Justin Fields only had 1 good game. Why are you talking about him? He had more than 1 good game, but okay. Why am I talking about him? Well, 1, because I want to. And 2, because everybody wants to hear what I have to say about it. So I guess that's 2 reasons. So I don't know. Should I talk about something else? If you want me to talk about something else, join the BEASTwriter Family here on YouTube, and then maybe we can work something out. Niners all day, Fit 5 at schoolwork. I feel you. John David Vergara says, if Zach goes 1 and Fields goes 2, you'd still be satisfied with Trevor Lawrence. Zach goes 1. Yeah, I would. I would take Trevor Lawrence at 3. Game winner, because you have to take a quarterback. Again, I wouldn't have made that move in the first place to move up from 12 to 3 and give up all that draft capital, mortgaging my future. However, John Lynch is on the hot seat. He had no choice because Adam Peters is right there breathing down his neck, looking to take his job. Let's not keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. You guys don't want to keep it 100? That's fine, but let's keep it 100. That's the only way why he made this power play move. Game winner 31. I didn't watch Wilson's pro day a few days ago. Was it good? Yes. Zach Wilson's pro day was absolutely amazing. Fortnite's Ultimate Report. Ryan, you and I may disagree about Trey Lance. I seen film. He is not bad, but today Fields maybe changed my mind. I wouldn't mind with having Fields. Yeah, me neither. I like Justin Fields better than Trey Lance. Just my opinion, though, bro. We can agree to disagree and have a healthy discussion. I don't like debates. I don't like to use the word debate. It's a healthy discussion. At the end of the day, we're not the one making the decision anyways, so who cares what we think? Who cares what you think? Who cares what I think? None of our opinions matter anyways. It's just a healthy discussion. I like it. Here in the BEASTwriter Family, it's all about good vibes only. Say whatever the heck you want. As long as you were respectful about it, it's all good. Oh, man. There's a lot of good stuff here. Mark from the BEASTwriter Family. I think that after Josh Allen lit us up in last year, I kind of fell in love with Wilson. To me, he resembles Allen mostly, I believe. And he has the same skill set minus the size. Still think it's Wilson. So do I. Hey. There's a reason why I put up that Fred Warner podcast going to the possibly the New York Jets. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen again, but don't be shocked if it does. Don't be shocked if it does. All right, Jermaine Pickett. He was rolling left too. Okay. All right. Game winner says, I just want to point out that the chances of Lawrence not going number 1 overall is virtually 0%. Actually, that is probably true. Tony Nakatani, my man, for the BEASTwriter Family, part of the Japanese community here. When should a team take Mac Jones? I'm thinking at 32 overall. What do you think, Beast? Well, Mac Jones is ranked number 32 on Daniel Jeremiah's big board, if I'm not mistaken. However, I wouldn't take him at 32. I still believe him to be a top prospect in this year's draft class simply because, again, you look at edge rusher, it's weak sauce. I mean, people are trying to hype up Jalen Phillips and not Quincy Rousseau. I like Quincy Rousseau, but Jalen Phillips and Gregory Rousseau as if the next thing since sliced bread. Same with Kwity Paye, his measurables. Sure, anyone can look good. I can look good running measurables at the combine. Trust me, I can train for the NFL combine and put up some really decent numbers. But how does that translate onto the football field? It doesn't. It doesn't, right? It does if you can confirm what you see on film and if the guy's consistent and you're saying, okay, like with my take on Javonte Williams. You guys saw what I put up on Javonte Williams. If you guys watched that podcast, I was spot on in all my pre-draft measurables and my predicted measurables on Javonte Williams. It panned out. So, of course, it has hold some weight. But at the end of the day, if some guy's not getting it done on the field and then he puts up these crazy numbers and then you're looking like, oh my gosh, like he's going to be really good. Nope, you're doing it backwards. Film will always be number one. So, and getting back to your question, I think Mac Jones is a top 25 prospect. I still think he's going to go in the first 20 picks. If he slides to maybe the Washington football team, don't be surprised if they take him if Trey Lance is already off the board, which I think Trey Lance is going to go much higher than what people expect him to go. Because, again, once the draft rolls around, all these teams and all these GMs get anxiety attacks. And once they get anxiety attacks with all the caffeine highs that they're on and all the Red Bulls that they're drinking and monster drinks, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, Trevor Lawrence went number one. Okay. And then, oh my gosh, they just got Zach Wilson. And then at number 3, oh my gosh, they got Justin. Okay, now we have to make a trade. They're all shaking, all jittery and stuff like this. Like, put in the card. I'm telling you, once the draft rolls around, people are going to have anxiety. They're going to start shaking because of the caffeine. They're going to be on caffeine high. They're going to be ready to go. And they got the caffeine crush and the caffeine crash right after. I'm telling you, it happens every year. And someone's going to make a power play move to go after a guy like Trey Lance, trading up. I wouldn't be surprised if here, let me tell you something. I would be surprised, again, I said it yesterday in my live stream, if the Atlanta Falcons somehow jumped and made a trade with the New York Jets. And I'm being serious about that. If they somehow struck a deal with the New York Jets moving back from 2 to 4 to leapfrog the San Francisco 49ers to take Zach Wilson. Because, again, we don't know what the Jets are doing. They hold all the cards right now. And that's why when people were saying, oh, no, they wouldn't trade to number 3 if they didn't know that they were going off, they weren't going to take Zach Wilson at 2. I'm like, why would Joe Douglas show his hand? And then, obviously, last night, reports came out, yeah, the Niners don't know what the Jets are doing. Oh my gosh. I don't know where you guys are hearing the stuff like, anyways, whatever. That's for a different story. What I'm saying is, don't be surprised if the Falcons go ahead and make a play with the New York Jets. Because Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith are both a new head coach and a new GM in a new regime. They're going to want their guy. If they believe that guy's going to be Zach Wilson because Matt Ryan's turning 36 years old once the season begins or whatever the case may be, I think it's 36 years old. They're going to need a quarterback of the future. And how can you go against instant gratification versus long-term gains? The instant gratification is Matt Ryan. But the long-term game here is Matt Ryan's not for long. It's going to be Zach Wilson or Justin Fields. So if you believe that's one of your guys and you want Zach Wilson and you have him graded higher than Justin Fields, and you know damn well that San Francisco 49ers are going to take Zach Wilson if he falls to 3, you better leapfrog the 49ers and strike a deal with the New York Jets because the 49ers didn't do it. You might as well make a power play move to do it. Just saying. All right. Eric from the BEASTwriter Family. Sorry, I don't want to say your last name because I don't want to butcher your last name, and I apologize. So I'm just going to say Eric E. out of respect. Mac Jones is Jimmy G before the knee injury with less arm strength. Ooh, interesting. Interesting take, but I like it. I like that. Thank you so much, Eric from BEASTwriter Family. Great analysis there, man. You're a spot on. Romero Puentes, if the Niners are going to make a bold pick, I prefer Najee Harris over Mac Jones. Yes, you guys are on with my draft crush. Mac Jones. Najee Harris, bro. Yeah. Yep. Bay Boy Niner, can we take the Jets taking a quarterback at 2 a surefire thing? It's not a surefire thing. It's not. I'm not saying it's a surefire thing. But you don't select number 2 if you're not going to go quarterback, unless, I mean, who would they take at 2? Okay, if they're not going to, let's take a step back and peel back layers of the onion to get to the core, as I always like to say. If they're not taking a quarterback at 2, then who would that be? Penei Sewell at 2? I'm not so sure because they got Mekhi Becton. And again, you're going to move Penei Sewell to the right side to play the right tackle position. I'm not so sure that Robert Saleh would make that power play move. When you look at the needs and what they did in free agency, they filled a lot of different needs. They don't need an edge rusher because his edge class is weak. So what they had to go and do? They went out and signed Carl Lawson to a 4-year contract, right, from the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, and then they did and addressed the wide receiver position because a lot of times they're saying, okay, well, they need a wide receiver and they could get Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith if they stay within the top 5. Well, who'd they go and get? Keelan Cole from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then they double down on these games by getting Corey Davis from the Tennessee Titans. So you're already set there. So what exactly are they going to go after? If it's not wide receiver, if it's not offensive tackle, if it's not an edge rusher, definitely not going to be a linebacker because that's way too high to select someone at number 2. Where would that be? Cornerback? Absolutely not. That's too high. Defensive back, safety? No way. So odds are it's going to be a quarterback. And here's some food for thought. Not too many people are thinking about this. Let's think outside the box. Should the Jets stay there and take Zach Wilson, what if they made that pick for another team? See here, this is something that gets interesting, right? What if the New York Jets went ahead and made that pick, and let's say they're rolling with Sam Darnold, and no one knows it but them, and they're sitting there at 2. They tried to field offers for number 2, didn't get any offers they see, so they said, you know what? Let's just take Zach Wilson right now, and then from there, we hold leverage because someone's going to want Zach Wilson, and we'll give up the farm. So let's take Zach Wilson for another team. We don't know who that team is, and let's make some calls for some other teams and see, hey, we're going to take the highest bidder. Who wants Zach Wilson? That could happen. And then if you're trading with a team like the Atlanta Falcons who pick at 4, be like, okay, so you want to make a trade? Okay, let's get it done. So we'll give you Zach Wilson at 4. This is who we want to take. Obviously, we have Keelan Cole, and we also have Corey Davis. But, Keelan Cole's not going to be here for much longer. I mean, he signed on a short-term deal. So what I want to do is I want Jamar Chase. So can you draft Jamar Chase for us? And then we'll do a swap. But then also, obviously, you're going to have to give us a lot more than that. You're going to have to give us the farm draft capital in return because at the end of the day, you're getting Zach Wilson. And we're saving him because the Niners wanted him as our pick behind us, but we got him for you. Just putting it out there. Something GM Joe Douglas would definitely do. Paul Bernardo. Okay with Lynch and Shanahan attaining Alabama's possibilities for Mac Jones. Is Mac Jones a realistic draft day pick considering all things critical running for 4 ability? Nope. To get your answer, I hope I answered that already. Nope. Isaac says, do you think D'Amico will be able to hold up the standard Saleh created? Saleh would have been higher for coach for the year with what he was. Nope. D'Amico Ryans is definitely going to struggle. But not saying he's not going to be good, but it's going to take some time. Sports fan, New York Jets fan, did you watch Pro Football Talk this morning? Chris Sims basically said it's Jones. I could be smokescreen, but I think it's going to be Jones. I don't think it's going to be Mac Jones. I know Chris Sims is saying it's going to be Mac Jones, but again, why would you trade up from 12 to 3 to get Mac Jones? If that happens, 49er fans, legit, would you be happy or disappointed with Mac Jones at 3? Yes or no? Seriously, leave your comments. This is a serious discussion because if Chris Sims is saying Mac Jones at 3, I'm going to be livid, upset. Would you? Interesting. Game winner 31 from the BEASTwriter Family. Will any other player have their pro day today or the next one tomorrow? Let me look. I have it on my calendar here, and Louisville's pro day is today, and tomorrow the big ones are Florida, LSU, Notre Dame, and Wake Forest. People are probably wondering, what's this? It's my calendar, so I keep track of everything, right? Got to write everything down. Jermaine Pickett from the BEASTwriter Family says, I lived in Chula Vista. I love fish tacos on Rose. Yes, Rosecrans. Yes. Delicious. So you're from San Diego. I see you. Illinois fish tacos are full of radiation. Fukushima meltdown ruined the Pacific Ocean. Oh my gosh. Sports fan. Nah, I'm not a Jets fan. Oh, you're not a Jets fan. I'm bang bang. Oh, you're a Niner fan. But you did chime in on the Fred Warner one, and you thought that was interesting. Fortnite's Ultimate Report said, "Let's get Beastwriter up to 2,000 subs." Yes, let's do that, and we'll get giveaways. Elbs SF from the Beastwriter fan. Will we go after Fred Warner's brother, Troy? Maybe. We'll have to see how it plays out. I don't know. I mean, he's going to be a late day 3 pick, if anything. Anthony Lewis, we need to take Mac Jones hands down. He is ready for NFL. If not, then I would be good with Fields. Wow. So Anthony Lewis from Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, which you are, Anthony, do yourself a favor. Just go to www.youtube.com/BeastWriter and subscribe to your boy. So that way you'll be entered for our Family Friday giveaways. I would hate to leave you left out of the running for the contest simply because you didn't subscribe and open up a YouTube account, which is free just like Facebook. So the only difference between Facebook and YouTube is you actually can score free gear and free swag. Whereas Facebook, they don't do anything for you. Or Twitter. Isaac V seems like hiring the next great coach before he is ready to run a team, then dumping them a few years later is already a thing. Do you see the same thing begin to happen with rookie quarterbacks now? Yes, absolutely. Definitely happens. Sports fan says, hit me up for my shirt on the subscription. All right, let's go ahead and go. Maffey says Taco Tuesdays and it's leg day. I hit leg day, 2 days ago? My legs are still hurting. All right. Let's see what we got here. Tobias England says, I think we got a rather good play schedule next season. We didn't get too many tough teams. What do you think? I actually didn't look at the schedule yet. I'm still on the draft. So I'll get to the schedule a little bit later as the season comes along. And again, we don't know how tough these teams are yet because the draft has yet to take place and free agency is still not done yet. There could be possible cap casualties as opposed to June 1 cuts. So again, a lot of shakeups can happen. That's why I don't put too much stock in the schedule at this point in the season. All right. Sean Reeden says, new subscriber. Thank you so much. And welcome to the Beastwriter family. We're the Beastwriter family right here. This is our logo. If you're just tuning in, BWF, Beastwriter family. That's our logo. When you're here, your family. All right. Kyle Shanahan said, if you trade up to pick 3, you better like 3 guys. Who are the Niners' top 3? Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. Now watch it be Mac Jones or Trey Lance. Would it shock me that Kyle Shanahan went after Mac Jones or Trey Lance? No. Nothing shocks me with that guy. Would I be upset? Yes. But would it shock me? No. And people who say, well, don't you think Kyle Shanahan would know any quarterback better than anyone else since it's his system? Yes. But then he also thought CJ Beathard was his guy for his system, and he's now off to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So how good is Kyle Shanahan really? You don't trade up from the 4th round to the 3rd round to get CJ Beathard to have him play for another team after his rookie deal is done. Just saying. Anthony Lewis, we will see. I am an Ohio fan, but durability-wise, I picked Jones. Okay. David Rodriguez from the Beastwriter family says, we are going for Zach Wilson at 3. Sean Reeden from the Beastwriter family with an official 4.44 40-yard dash. What are the chances the Jets take Fields at 2? Niners will take Wilson at 3. The chances, I would say, are 45%, 40% that the Jets take Justin Fields before Zach Wilson. I don't put too much stock in the 40-yard dash when it comes to the quarterback, although a dual threat quarterback, it does definitely jump out at you. But again, it comes down to the critical factors purely as a passer first and a runner second. I still like Zach Wilson's intangibles more at the NFL level than I do Justin Fields. Sports fan, Fields' skill set resembles Cam Newton's. Not really sure it's Shanny's fit. There you go. All right. Butters 49. Niners trading Jimmy G during the draft or right after the draft. Yep. I know you say Fields. I'm thinking it's Jones. Wow. Everyone's thinking it's Mac Jones. Is that because you guys are putting too much stock on what Chris Sims says? Because if Chris Sims says Mac Jones, it's as good as gold, I'm not buying it. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I'm not buying it. Malik Young says, don't draft Wilson. From the BEASTwriter family, welcome, Malik. Malik Young says, Jones, no. Like it. Tommy Huxley says, Ryan, did you know that French cuisine stole from Japanese cuisine in the art of I did not know that. I did not know that. Interesting. Alan said, Justin Fields only had one good game. Then the next game he choked. Why are we talking about him? Because he is going to be a top 3 pick. That's why we're talking about him. Frank Willis. Should we not be talking about him, Alan? I don't know. Should we not talk? I'm kind of confused here because some people are like, why are we talking about Justin Fields? Well, because he's definitely going in the top 3 picks. Isn't that what this whole podcast is about? Like, realistically, what's going to happen? He's going to go in the top 3, definitely the top 5. If not the top 3, top 5 for sure. Frank Willis from the BEASTwriter fan. Since you're a Tide fan, what are your thoughts? Yes, I am a Roll Tide fan. Roll Tide, roll. Let's go. However, I am, okay, don't get it twisted. I have friends who coach in the SEC, on Alabama's coaching staff, on LSU's coaching staff. So I have friends on both coaching staffs, along with a few other schools, Big Ten, but we're talking about SEC here. So don't be surprised if I wear an LSU beanie at some point in time, because I'm supporting my boy who coaches for the LSU Tigers. So don't get mad at me if I put on a LSU hat or beanie and be like, oh, I thought you were a Roll Tide fan. I'm a fan of all sports. That goes with the Niners. That goes with the Steelers. It don't matter what team I wear. Don't be like, oh, it's like right now I'm wearing 49er stuff. All right. I'm wearing 49er shorts. But tomorrow I could be wearing Steelers stuff. That's what the BEASTwriter family is all about. It doesn't say 49ers here, does it? Doesn't say Steelers here. It's just BEASTwriter family. So, yes. But getting to your question, I like Landon Dickerson. I think he's tough. He's physical at the point of attack. I actually did a podcast on Landon Dickerson. You can watch that podcast after this live stream is over. Just go ahead and type in BEASTwriter Landon Dickerson. It will pop up, and you will get to know everything I have to say about him on why I believe he's the best center in this year's draft class. It's a Steelers podcast based on what Mel Kiper had said, but then I also tie in Najee Harris to that one. So you see how you connect the dots there? It's pretty awesome. Niners All Day says Javonte Williams to the Bay plus Fields we hype. Javonte Williams, again, if you guys want to see that podcast, I got you covered. Already covered you guys that yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago. Excuse me. All right. Generation Retro from the BEASTwriter family. Still holding out for hope. Zach the Ripper Wilson to my Niners. But I'm down with whoever Shanahan wants. I trust the coach. Romero Puente says, I follow Jim Trotter since the Chargers days in San Diego. He's an excellent NFL writer. Ryan, what time are you going to have Jim Trotter on? I am going to have Jim Trotter on, my man, at 3:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you're looking at 2 hours and 45 minutes from right now. He will be on our live stream, and I'm really looking forward to that one. Have a lot of good things to discuss. Again, we're going to talk and hit the hot topics that not a lot of people maybe want to talk about, as well as all things NFL. So we're going to do a huge mix and covering all our bases as it pertains to the BEASTwriter family, because you guys want to know what's going on. What better way to go about doing that than going on and having Jim Trotter from the Huddle and Flow podcast with my man Steve Weiss, having him on my show. Everyone's excited. I know you guys are too. So 3:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Jim Trotter from NFL Network. You guys know who he is. He's going to hop on to my live stream here in the BEASTwriter family, and we're going to bring up all the good vibes. All the good vibes here. All right. Cool, Genuine Phil. I like that. I like that name. Says Jimmy G's $25 million contract will keep him from getting traded to Patriots. I don't know. I don't think so. And here's why. Because he has little to zero dead money tied to associated with this contract. So that $25 million actually becomes $23.6 million off the books in cap savings. So that's not all the way true, my man. So he can get traded because, again, there's little to no dead money tied to his contract. I think there's only like 2-point-something million. But thank you for your analysis, King David Don. I hope that clears things up for you, and maybe you'll have a different perspective on Jimmy G being traded to the Patriots. King David Don, no Fields is the best pick after watching his pro day. Yep, have to agree. Niners all day say, will you ever switch to YouTube only soon? Yes, that's coming. In fact, I probably will do that sometime, I'm thinking next month or so, where I'm just going to shut off Twitter. I'm going to shut off Facebook. I'm just going straight into YouTube. Whoever subscribed to my channel, you guys are the ones that are going to be getting notified because, again, you're the guys that are my subscribers, and that will force everyone else. If they want to see what I have to say, they're going to subscribe to my channel and join the BEASTwriter family. So for now, we're getting guys like Alfred coming in. Thank you so much, Alfred. Royce Solis, yeah, we have been there at 12. A lot are saying we didn't need to trade up from. Yes, absolutely. David Rodriguez from the BEASTwriter family. I heard the reason why the 49ers traded up to 3 is because Saleh told Shanahan that they were not drafting a quarterback. Not sure how true that is, just what I'm hearing. Yeah, that's not happening. Because if that was the case, then why did Shanahan and Lynch go on record saying they don't know what the Jets are going to do at 2? And if that was the case, why would GM Joe? I already broke this down in my live stream yesterday, my man. But if you didn't check that live stream, go ahead and do that. I broke that down brick by brick. GM Joe Douglas comes from the Baltimore Ravens tree. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles tree. He worked with Eric DeCosta, GM Ozzie Newsome. They never show their cards. That's like a game and playing a game of Texas Hold'em where you have your whole cards and then the flop comes out and then you show your whole cards before the turn in the river. Why would you give up valuable draft position knowing that you pick ahead of the San Francisco 49ers and say, hey, we're not picking this guy? No, no. I don't care if he's your boy. You don't do that. And especially, here's some food for thought, peeling back layers of the onion to get to the core, as I always like to say. Look at who the New York Jets signed. They didn't go after and sign San Francisco 49ers, did they? They only signed Tevin Coleman. That was it. I mean, shoot, Richard Sherman's still on the street. So what does that tell you? There is no power struggle when it comes to the New York Jets. It's GM's Joe Douglas's show. So it doesn't matter what Robert Saleh says or thinks, because at the end of the day, it's Joe Douglas's show. And I guarantee you, Joe Douglas would not tell the 49ers who they would be picking at number 2 and lose valuable draft position. That's just not their MO. He just doesn't do that. So I would say that's false. Now watch it be true. But no, logically, it just doesn't make sense, right? Richie, why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in a compromised position like that? Richie Porter, when the ball's in your court. Richie Porter, if the Jets aren't sold on Wilson and are going to roll with Darnold, what would it cost to trade up to 2? Richie Porter, thank you. I actually did a podcast on that. My Fred Warner to the Jets podcast live stream got a lot of good interaction. Fred Warner Sr. was actually on that podcast. One of our biggest supporters here in the BEASTwriter family. Subscribe to my channel, just like all of you guys. See what he had to say. See what I had to say. Don't be surprised. Not saying it's going to happen, but don't be surprised or shocked if it does. Kyler R. Farnaz just short stock to the draft. Probably won't draft at 3 when a desperate team offers Farnaz 3 first. The Jets take Fields and Farnaz trade out. Eventually get Lance. Then firepower get Harris. Interesting. We are winning. Win now. Can't be waiting for a 3-year project in Lance. Got to get better. There you go. I like that. All right. Lakers all day. Beast. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. How do you feel about us giving you the 3 pick? I think the Dolphins will get Smith, and we need Phillips for Miami defensive end. Well, first, it's not giving me because I'm not a Niner fan. I'm a fan of all NFL teams. The BEASTwriter family is here about good vibes only, bro. But getting back to your question, GM Chris Greer just won those blockbuster trades. Anytime you move back from 3 to number 12, pick up 3 first-round picks and a third-round pick, and then double down on those gains by giving up 2 of those first-round picks to move up to number 6, while still holding favorable draft position, because based on the team's needs, you're still going to get your guy that you could have had at 3, but you get him at 6 while still yielding draft capital in return and setting yourself up for years to come when it comes to the NFL draft with multiple first-rounders. You're in a win-win situation, bro. In fact, I think the Miami Dolphins are my front runner to win the AFC. Chiefs, you better be on the lookout, bro. Miami Dolphins are here to stay. And people will say, Tua can't get it done. He doesn't need to get it done. Look at all the other assets that they're doing there. They got Devontae Parker. They got Will Fuller. They hold the number 6th overall pick. They can go after a guy like Micah Parsons, right? And if you watched my earlier podcast when I said once Kyle Van Noy was released, the Dolphins were going to trade what? The number 3 overall pick. No one else put that out there, but I said, you know what? They're going to trade the number 3 overall pick. And what did they do? They traded the number 3 overall pick. Here we are today. Don't be surprised if the Dolphins come out of the AFC this year. Your Dolphins, bro. I'm very high and bullish on your Dolphins. Now, can they stay healthy? That's a different story. We have to see how that plays out. But you have tight end Mike Gesicki, one of the most underrated tight ends in the NFL. I love Mike Gesicki. And you have these other pieces along the offense. You have Robert Hunt as your offensive tackle. You drafted in the second round. You double down on that with Austin Jackson in the first round out of USC. You then get Solomon Kinley. So you guys are good, bro. I like what you guys are doing. Raekwon Davis, my highest rated defensive tackle of all rookies, playing at a Pro Bowl level in my grading system last year from Roll Tide Roll. He's a beast as a 3-4 nose tackle. Forget Devon Gottschall. You guys don't need him. You got Raekwon Davis, bro. Xavier Howard, let's go on. We can talk football all day, bro. Your Dolphins are set, bro. Bay Boy Niners. Sorry, Beast, but you don't give up the house just to take the safer pick. They are already halfway through swinging for the fence. Can't check your swing now. Yes, very true. So if that's the case, what do they do? What do they do then? CT Niner says, Lance and Shanahan system would be scary for the rest of the league. It would. It would. Definitely. All right, let's see. We got a lot of feedback. 49ers Ultimate Report. Ryan, I don't care about Fields, Wilson, Lance, or Jones being drafted by the 49ers. I'm sick and tired of fans thinking Fields is the Brady, Breeze, or Rodgers. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. That's very true. We don't know. Claudia Billock says, just subscribe. Thank you so much, Claudia. And again, welcome to the BEASTwriter family, where social media engagement is encouraged. Since you just subscribed, this is our logo, or your logo now that you subscribed. And we're coming up and launching t-shirts with this logo. So stay tuned for that. A lot of cool stuff. Andrew Schaefer from the BEASTwriter family. Thank you again for joining, Claudia. Appreciate all the love and support. Mahalo. Andrew Schaefer, Beast, what's up, bro? When are you going to drop some of your own merch? Oh, see, there's the question. We are coming and we are working on it, and especially since COVID just opened back up here in the South Bay. All our stuff is U.S. made and designed in the U.S. So I'm really particular about my vendors. Unfortunately, some of my vendors during COVID went out of business. So I'm actually doing research on getting better vendors. We are working with some vendor. I think he's located in, where is he located in? I have to figure it out. Near Sacramento, actually. So I'm actually have to make a drive out there, get the inventory, make sure I like the quality of the products. Legit going to drive out there and see, and I'll show you guys live what you guys think, and maybe I'll post up a live stream so you guys can say, oh, yay, I like it, or nay, I don't like it. You guys will be the reason why I go through this vendor or not. So stay tuned for that. You guys are my lifeline, and it's up to you guys what you guys want, because this is all for you guys. Everything I do is for the BEASTwriter family here. All right, David L. Holmes. They didn't need to move up to get Mac Jones. I live in Georgia. I hate Bama. Jones isn't worthy of a top 15 pick. Look, he had to throw to his running back, killed it as well. We can't waste pick on Jones. I love your honesty, David. You're hilarious. Thank you so much. That was very refreshing, and I love your honesty here. So you're from Georgia. Obviously, you're a Georgia Bulldog fan, I'm assuming. And that was great. That was great. Thank you, David, for that. That's funny. Steve Powers from Facebook. Shanahan Lynch feature will be linked to the trade for sure. We can't miss. Yes, exactly. Hugo Molina says, new subscriber. Thank you, Hugo, and welcome to the BEASTwriter family, where social media engagement is encouraged. Here it's about good vibes only. So if you're just new to subscribing to my channel, which you are, it's all about good vibes here. Just be respectful. We're not like these other platforms. We're trying to troll or outdo or have a bigger voice than one another. All of us have a voice in here, and we can just have a healthy discussion debate. We are all good. It's all about good vibes only here. All right. Wow. We have a lot of questions here. This is a lot of questions. Like, when I say a lot, like, wow, we are behind, or I am behind on my questions. I'm like, what is it? It's 1:18 and I'm not even at 1 o'clock yet with the questions. Anyways, wow. I have to find what's going on here. Okay. All right. Roll Torres. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Wow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the love and support, Roll Torres. It really means a lot. And welcome to the BEASTwriter family, where social media engagement is encouraged. Really, really appreciate the love and support. Thank you so much. Wow. Your generosity is awesome. Like, I'm at a loss for words. Wow. Thank you. I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much. It really means a lot. And again, if this is called a super chat or a super sticker, so anyone who obviously, if you like the work, like the channel, like the Beast Rider movement we're striving to build, go ahead and consider sending me a super chat like Roel Torres did here. Thank you so much, Roel Torres. And what we're going to do is all proceeds get funneled back into the Beast Rider family, so that can provide better audio equipment, better visuals, better software. I like doing game film breakdowns for all of you guys. That's a hit. So I want to do the more like detail stuff. So it will allow me to get better software for that. Also, it'll help keep up with our Beast Rider Family Friday giveaways that we do every 2:30 p.m. on our live stream. So thank you so much, Roel Torres. I really appreciate the love and support, man. Or girl. I can't really tell because you don't have a I can't see your avatar, but thank you so much, man. I wouldn't be here without you guys, and mahalo. Really means a lot. Really means a lot. So thank you. All right. Big Dez from the Beast Rider family says, don't overthink this, man. Take Fields at 3 and keep your damn all-pro linebacker in Warner. Yes. Got to keep Warner. Cian says, Chris Greer gets a ton of first-round picks, but he whiffed on the quarterback selection. Should have drafted Herbert, bro. Yeah, but okay. In hindsight, yes, absolutely. In hindsight, you're absolutely correct. However, in real time, everyone said Tua. Including me. I said Tua. I'll admit when I was wrong. I said Tua. I still like Tua. Maybe because I'm a Hawaii guy. I don't know. Big Dez. Dolphins will see Chiefs next year. Great matchup. Yep, it's going to be great, Big Dez. I'm telling you, bro. Hugo Molina says, new subscriber, love the show, Beast. Really hope the Niners moved up to 3 for Mac Jones. Let go Niners. Oh, you like Mac Jones. Thank you so much for the love and support and your kind words. So you like Mac Jones. Interesting. I like Mac Jones too. I'm a huge Roll Tide fan. I've been on the Mac Jones train for a long time, but gosh, at 3, oh my, I got to keep it real. You know, I'm a big Roll Tide fan, but I got to keep it real. I don't know at 3, bro. That's just me being honest. That's just my opinion though, too. Shoot, for all we know, Mac Jones could be the next Tom Brady. For all we know, we don't know. But then he also can be the next Giovanni Carmazzi. Yikes. Victor Quintana from the Beast Rider family. What are the odds that the Jets take Fields instead of Wilson? I'd say that's 45%. 40 to 45% would be my guess. Jonathan, Austin Blythe signs 1-year deal. Thank you. Jonathan K28, my Adam Schefter says, Austin Blythe signs 1-year deal with the Chiefs. All right, so a cheap rotational interior player. Austin Blythe signs with the Chiefs. I like it. Rachi says, is Parag Marate one of the better contract people in the NFL? Jimmy G has such a team-friendly deal. What happened to Armstead deal? He's virtually untradeable. Was Parag sick that day? Parag Marate, good friend of mine, great dude. I like him. I know him personally. Great guy. I will say that first and foremost. And to answer your first part of the question, yes, he is a mastermind at structuring contracts. He does a very good job at that. Parag Marate, if you're watching, probably are. Thank you for your hard work and efforts. But you did mess up with Eric Armstead's deal, bro. And I think you know that. I'm pretty sure you know that, bro. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. But hey, Eric Armstead's Dana Stubblefield 2.0. He could possibly lead the league in sacks this year, guys. Eric Armstead could lead the league in sacks this year because Nick Bosa is going to be healthy. So that's good news for Eric Armstead because he gets a chance to eat because he's not going to be the focal point of the defensive scheme. So he'll get to eat because offenses won't be focused on him. So he might put up 12, 15 sacks this year if Nick Bosa is there, which is good. But if Nick Bosa isn't there, take him out of the equation. We all saw what happened last year. Expect more of the same. But if he is healthy, we're going to see a lot of this from Eric Armstead. Just saying. Claudia Billick. I know a legit bender. That's good. Here we go. 49ers Ultimate Report says, I'm sorry, Beast. Have to push back on what you said in your own Lance is a high risk, high reward. I seen tape on Lance. He is real. Okay. So we agreed to disagree again. Again, I like the critical factors that Trey Lance brings to the table. I think he's a high risk, high reward because he's a very raw prospect. He's a very raw prospect. And again, when you're converting lesser talent to D1 talent and then having to convert that lesser talent to not only D1 talent, but to the pro talent at the NFL level, that's 3 tiers that you have to project. And it's something that's not easy. Now, we did with Carson Wentz. Can Trey Lance have similar success to Carson Wentz? He has better critical factors, I would say, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, it is a high risk, high reward move. My opinion. And I respect your opinion. So thank you so much. And thank you for your generosity for this Ultimate Report. Always love talking to you, my man. Bassy HD, my man from the BEASTwriter Family. What direction do you see the Niners going in the 2nd and 3rd rounds? Well, it all depends on draft position, bro. We have to see how the draft board falls. I can't really tell you exactly where they're going to go right now. But at number 43, I can see them going in a multitude of different ways. I think offensive lineman or cornerback would be their top plays. I don't think it's going to be edge rusher. Unless someone falls like maybe an edge rusher falls to them in the 2nd round. But then again, I have edge rushers, most of them graded as a 2nd round grade anyway. So it's not falling on my big board. It's just not a strong edge class draft. So I would say cornerback, safety, somewhere defensive back or an offensive lineman. I think they're going to go that route. Jonathan K28, Lance is legit. He's talking to someone. Okay. Bassy, what direction do you see the Niners going in the 2nd? Oh, do you have any special players in mind? I do like Javonte Williams. I do think he's better for a power-based run scheme. However, I would love to see him in Kyle Shanahan's zone blocking scheme. I like Javonte Williams. I also like Michael Carter. So both of those North Carolina running backs, I really, really like. I really like both of them. Obviously, I'm higher on Javonte Williams a little bit than I am Michael Carter, but don't sleep on Michael Carter. That guy is a beast. Beast approved. All right. Roy Solis, I'm hoping Jalen Hurts is healthy this year. I think he can be the real deal. Yes. I hope he's healthy too. Can he stay healthy? I don't know, bro. Big homie NM says, what's up, bro? Glad you're still kicking. Do you think there's a chance Wilson could be bust under Kyle's offense? I don't think there's a chance. Super Bowl, baby. I like Zach Wilson, bro. I'm with you on that. Thank you so much. Part of the BEASTwriter family. I think he's going to be something special. Ultimately, we're just going to see how that plays out. But I'm really high on Zach Wilson. Hopefully, he can fall to the San Francisco 49ers, although that remains to be seen because the New York Jets select at number 2. Ryan Evans, another new subscriber. Thank you so much from the BEASTwriter family, and welcome to the BEASTwriter family. This is your logo. So, yeah, made it just for you guys. Another new subscriber. Question, how about the 49ers scouting department? How do they rank compared to other teams? Do they have a good scouting department? Thanks, Ryan. Cheers. Yes. In short, yes. I know the scouting department extremely well. Ethan Wall does a very good job. He's the director of college scouting. Obviously, you guys know Adam Peters, John Lynch. Those guys are the head honchos up there. But the scouting department is really good. It's really, really good. They had guys in the past like Bob Morris. He was really good at coaching the defensive backs. I don't believe he's no longer there. Alex Highsmith, my man, I think he was a scout too, but he's now off to a different team. I think he's with the Buffalo Bills now. But in short, yes, the 49ers scouting department's pretty dang good, right? They're pretty good. And I believe they had Justin Chabot there. So yeah, their scouting department's, in my opinion, one of the tops in the league. Like, I would say top 10. Now, you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think they have a strong scouting department. You look at the Baltimore Ravens, I think they have an awesome scouting department. There's a lot of teams that have strong scouting departments. If I was to rank the Niners, I'd put them definitely in the top 10. Let me just go down the list here. I actually have a list. You have a list of scouting departments? Yes, I do. No surprise here, right? So, obviously, the Niners would be up there. You look at a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, I would be high on them as well. And then you want to look at some of the Seattle Seahawks. I think they have a strong scouting department, although they don't pick very well in the early rounds. Like, so many first-round busts. It's ridiculous. But I do like how GM John Schneider redeems himself in the later rounds. Like, once he hits like 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds, he usually finds these guys in the later, even 6th and 7th rounds, he'll find some guys. So John Schneider doesn't do so hot in the early rounds, but then finishes strong. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But in the NFL draft, it's kind of the reverse order. Anyways, I think Seattle does an okay job, pretty decent job at that. And then there's other teams, like you go down the list. New Orleans Saints. I think they do it with Mickey Loomis. I think they do a tremendous job there. Obviously, you have the Kansas City Chiefs with Brett Veach. I think they do an excellent job there. So there's a lot of teams that really pick really well. And I know it sounds crazy, but the Carolina Panthers with GM Scott Fitterer, I think they have a strong scouting department there. Scott Fitterer comes from the Seattle Seahawks, very well-respected guy. So they're also on my short list. So those are some teams that definitely have strong scouting departments, in my opinion. Nasi 0707, what's your percentage on us keeping Jimmy and him being the starter game one? I like how you guys are putting percentages on me. What's the percentage, Beast? What is the percentage? So then I can go back and then say you're wrong. No, I'm joking. The percentage. Interesting, Nasi 0707. Gosh. 50%. 50% that Jimmy Garoppolo will be the day one starter. You know what? I'm going to change that. You guys want some real, and I think it's going to be, I'm going to say it's a 40% chance that Jimmy Garoppolo is a starter. I say it's a 60% chance that he won't be the starter day one. 60% chance that Jimmy Garoppolo will not be the day one starter. I think he's ultimately going to be shipped to the New England Patriots. I'm going to stick to my guns. I put out that podcast on his trade evaluation, and people were like, no, he's not going back to the Patriots. It's on camera. I was like, okay, watch. Who was at their pro day? Who were they seen talking to? Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels. Here we are, fast forward to today. So, I don't know. Time will tell. Sucks to be Jimmy G. Hugo Molina from the BEASTwriter Family. Sorry, Beast didn't move up to 3. Sorry. You're good, man. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Jarvis X, no need to be sorry. Jarvis X8, BEASTwriter Family. Hopefully Jets will just hold on to Sam Darnold and not Jeff Wilson at 2. Yes. Sports fan says Armstead is best at defensive tackle on third downs. Yeah. Well, if you watch his snaps when they tried to kick him inside to the 3 technique on defensive tackle position, he still wasn't getting it done, and he was still matched up more times than not, one-on-one. So people who say he kick him inside, he's better, yes, but he's still not getting the production. So I would say, I think we know what we're getting with Eric Armstead, whether you move him on outside or kick him inside. At the end of the day, he needs Nick Bosa. He needs a better supporting cast for him to shine. Niners all day 55. Trey Lance is going to be too big of a project of a win now team to make the team better right now. Feels his man. Yes, I definitely agree with that. Brian King from the BEASTwriter Family. Do you think the trade between the Jets and the Niners are going to happen for them to move up to number 2? Yes. I wouldn't put this out there for anything. Do I think it's going to happen? If I was to put a percentage on it, I would say it's 50-50%. There's a 50% chance that it's going to happen. Now, is it going to happen as a sure thing? No, I didn't say that, but don't be surprised if it doesn't, right? So I'd say if I had to put a percentage on it, 50% chance that trade will actually come to fruition. Roy Solis says, bring back Aldon Smith as a rotational piece. All right, Pat Mercaro from Facebook says, what's your gut pick at 3? Justin Fields. If the Jets decide to go with Zach Wilson, it's going to be Justin Fields. Levi G says from the BEASTwriter Family, keep up the good work, bro. You're one of the few to speak the mostly on what you know. I don't agree with everything you say, but at least you support your opinion with sound reasoning. 100. Thank you so much. Yes. And again, you do not have to agree with me. It's not saying like my analysis or whatever is right or wrong, or yours is right or wrong. It's just a matter of like, it's one thing on how you respond to somebody, right? If somebody says like, oh, you're totally 100% wrong, you don't know what you're talking about, then you're challenging my credibility. But if you come at it in a different way saying, you know what, I disagree. This is my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts? Something like cordial like that, then it's more of a respect thing. But if you come out and just say, and attack my credibility, and attack my work and say, oh my gosh, you're just horrible, and then calling whatever you're trying to say as fact, that's when it gets kind of dicey. But thank you. I so much appreciate it. Yeah, it's all about good vibes only. So everyone's entitled to their own opinion. This is where social media engagement, again, is encouraged. So again, I actually welcome people who may not have the same line of thinking of me, which is not very often, but if some of you do, that's fine. I mean, we're all entitled to our own opinion. My opinion doesn't is not any greater than yours. So we are entitled to our own opinion. So thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure you have great things to say, even if you do disagree, and it's well respected. Sports fan, Ojulari, Georgia defensive would be nice at 4-3, if not quarterback. I like Aziz Ojulari. I do like him. Javante at 43, if they're good to pass up on him, but probably a cornerback or tackle and ship out Mike. Mike McFloppy, here we go. Jonathan K28 says, if the Niners got a second-round pick for Jimmy from the BEASTwriter Family, one of them second-round picks be enough to get OBJ, Kittle, ooh, that would. Here's the OBJ talk. Forrest Ultimate Report says, much love and much respect. I like having different views. At the end of the day, you are still the experts. No, I don't like calling myself an expert. Yeah, I'm an NFL insider analyst, but I don't like using that word. Everybody today calls themselves an expert. So exactly like, oh, I'm an expert. Like, okay, like I think, again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So just because I have this platform doesn't make my voice any bigger than yours. At the end of the day, it's like this. If you're spot on in your prediction and analysis, then yes, people will gravitate toward you more because in real time, you're predicting stuff that's going to happen in the future, right? That's why a lot of you guys follow me for my spot on predictions and analysis. But that's not to say that your opinion or analysis in real time, even though it may not come to be true, is any less significant. I think everyone's, no matter how big or how small your following is, you still have a voice. And here in the BEASTwriter family, one voice is all it takes, right? So one voice is all it takes, meaning your voice is good as gold. My voice is good as gold. Someone else's voice is good as gold. Some new subscribers. So everybody has the same amount of value in their voice, in their reasoning. So I don't like calling myself an expert. I don't look at myself as an expert. Yes, I'm an insider analyst, but nah, we're all considered experts nowadays, right? But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Niners all day 55. What do you think about Jonathan Adams Jr. in the 4th or 5th round? Man's a beast and a sleeper pick and a tall guy we can just throw up to the fields if needed. I'll do some more research on him. I'm not as high in him as maybe you are, but I think they have the guys in place that they want. They just got Mohamed Sanu. A guy called Ed. Sup, Beast? This is a random take. Let me know what you think. Anyway, Wilson could be pulling an Eli Manning to go to the Niners. I have some supporting thoughts, but I do not know how he could pull it off. Wow, that would be an interesting take if Zach Wilson pulls an Eli Manning. However, I don't think that's in his bloodlines to go ahead and do that simply because coming from BYU, how many BYU's guys would actually take that stance and do that? I just don't see that. I don't think that that's their culture. I think they'll just be happy to get drafted by any team. You heard Mac Jones say it, right? You see these quarterbacks, they get coached up in what they're being told to say. I'm not saying this is what happened, but you are getting coached up. So he says, what do you think about the Niners? And Mac Jones like, you know what? I like the scheme. I think it'd be a good fit. Kyle Shanahan likes to do a lot of this outside zone stuff. I get it, but I think it'd work well. But then he finishes off by saying, oh, but I don't care which team drafts me. I just want to make sure, basically, I don't care which team drafts me. I just want to get drafted. So I think the same line of thinking comes with Zach Wilson. I don't think he's going to pull a Eli Manning. Those days are long but gone. Now watch it happen. Niner Kingdom. I saw both Mac Jones pro days. He looked lazy in both of them and seemed to tire out easily with his dad body. Fields for the win easily. What if I had a dad body? Would you guys consider me a beast writer still? Would you guys consider me a beast writer if I still had a dad bod? That's my question. There's nothing wrong with a dad bod. I mean, Tom Brady technically has a dad bod, right? Or he did coming out of the draft, at least. He didn't look like a quarterback at all. But I see what you're saying, Niner Kingdom, and I get where you're going there. Antonio Rosales, if the Panthers offer 3 first-round picks and Christian McCaffrey for the number 3 pick, should the 49ers take it or not? Yes, I would take that in a heartbeat. I would take Christian McCaffrey and 3 first-round picks for the number 3 pick in this year's draft in a heartbeat because it's like the movie Draft Day. I want all my draft picks back and David effing Putney. You pancake eating bleep. Have fun eating your pancakes. I would love Christian McCaffrey and 3 first-round picks. I would take that in a heartbeat. It's not even a question. I would take that in a heartbeat. Christian McCaffrey can make any quarterback look good because he can do so much coming out of the backfield. Help the running game, help the passing game, the short area quickness that he has, the lateral agility that he possesses. You can open up the playbook, have Kyle Juszczyk blocking in front of him. Oh my gosh. Bro, if Christian McCaffrey was on the Niners, should I do a podcast on that? That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one. If Niners, I'll tell you, if we're trading Fred Warner and the third for the second, I want the second, 23rd, and Marcus May. He's that important to me. He's a dog. Keep Warner. Yeah. If the Niners were to trade Fred Warner to the New York Jets, as I proposed in a potential trade scenario, the Niners would also yield the 23rd pick in this year's draft. So they would recoup one first round draft pick that they ultimately had to give up the farm to move up from 12 to 3 with the Miami Dolphins, but they get one pick and they move up one spot and secure their guy in Zach Wilson. All right, let's go. All right, Niner Kingdom. Ryan, props to you for the solid content and analysis. By the way, you need to hit up Grant and do another 2 bumps in a pod this week, bro. I would. Unfortunately, there's doing construction at my house at the crib right now. Legit, I couldn't do a podcast like 2 days. I think I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it on Sunday. I didn't do a podcast on Sunday. So I couldn't do one yesterday in the morning. So it's kind of spotty. They're going to do one again later today. I don't know what time they're coming. Tomorrow they're going to be here. So it's really tough to see when I can get that in. But yeah, once that clears up, which won't be for a while, it's probably going to be till after the draft, to be quite honest with you, because they're doing a huge construction here. We'll get that set up. So this is the way it goes. Unfortunately, Alexander DeLeon. If we don't get Wilson, I'd feel good getting Fields. His upside potential is really intriguing to me. Hugo Molina from the BEASTwriter Family. If whoever the quarterback the Niners pick at 3 is a bust, are Lynch and Shanahan on the hot seat and on their way out? Yes, absolutely. That's why they made this power play move, Hugo. Robert Watson, thank you so much for your generosity and for the BEASTwriter Family super sticker. I really appreciate the good vibes, bro. He says, "You're my dog. Not just that, you're great at what you do. Good vibes." Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. And again, Robert, I did not know you're into ink, bro. Are you a tattoo artist? I was looking at your Instagram, bro. If you don't, this Robert Watson has some nice tattoos. I was looking. People say, "Did Creeper looking at a stalker looking at?" No, Robert gave me his Instagram handle. We follow each other now on Instagram. This is how the BEASTwriter Family does it. And I was looking at his stuff. I was like, dang, that's pretty good ink. As you guys can see, I love ink. I don't know. Anybody who has ink, I just love getting inked up. Like, I love getting tatted up. People say, does it hurt? You know, honestly, for me, it's like therapeutic. I know it sounds crazy, but kind of like a masochist. Like, I kind of like the needle to the skin. I don't know. It's weird. I like it. Like, I enjoy it. And someone asked me, Robert, they're like, "Hey, are you going to get more ink?" And I was like, "Dude, I can't because my competitions." Because I was telling you, if you guys don't know, I compete in the bodybuilding fitness industry. So I'm going for my IFBB Pro card, going up against international bodybuilders. And every time I step on stage, I go from worst to first. And what I mean by that, because they take points off if you have tattoos on, because they can't see, the cuts, they can't see the striations on your body. So every time I step on stage and I win a competition, it's like, dude, like, you have to literally work from worst to first before you step on stage. That's like being behind in a football game before the game even starts and you're down 21 points from the get-go. It's like, dude, crazy. But yeah, good vibes only. Thank you so much for the generosity, as always, Robert Watson. And I hope you like what you got coming for you, bro. Let me know how you like it. This Robert Watson is the first BEASTwriter Family giveaway winner, by the way, ever here in the BEASTwriter Family. Niners all day 55 with the third pick in 2021 NFL draft. The San Francisco 49ers select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State, in Roger Goodell voice. Okay, so if we're going to do this in Roger Goodell voice, shouldn't we have the boos coming up? Roger Goodell gets booed so hard, but I think he kind of likes it. He goes like this, like he kind of welcomes it. Like, come on, is that the best you guys can do? Come on. Like, I'm waiting for people to like get apples and start throwing them and chucking them at people on stage. Oh my gosh. No, we can do so much better, Goodell. Oh my gosh. That'd be nuts. That would be nuts. Oh my gosh. All right, Jason Ellsworth, thank you so much for the super sticker, Jason Ellsworth from the BEASTwriter Family. I see you, bro, and thank you so much for the love and support. We are doing this a live stream. Again, If you guys are just tuning in, we are going to have Jim Trotter on our live stream at 3:45 p.m., just 2 hours from right now. And he's going to hop on our show and talk all things NFL. If you guys don't know who Jim Trotter is, I know you guys do, but if you don't, in case you don't, he's the co-host of the Huddle and Flow podcast with my man Steve Weiss of NFL Network. They co-host that podcast on NFL Network. Both work for NFL Network, and they're always the ones on TV. So you see Jim Trotter on TV all the time. You see Steve Weiss on TV all the time. You also see my man Omar Ruiz, who is also my buddy from San Diego State University, on NFL Network. Those are my dogs. That's the three amigos right there, and they really know their stuff. So follow them on Twitter. Again, Jim Trotter will be our first live guest here on Taco Tuesdays at 3:45 p.m. on our live stream. So stay tuned for that. Get your questions ready. We're going to talk all things NFL, blockbuster trades, the free agency winners that he has as the San Francisco 49ers, along with the Tampa Bay Bucks. And he will also going to discuss some other things, maybe some losers in free agency, as well as the diversity issue in the NFL that's becoming a real problem. I think it's a real problem. I think more people need to come up and talk about it more to get the exposure out. I think it's something that really needs to take place. So stay tuned for that. And again, really good things coming. Really good things coming. Thank you so much. All right. Dang, we have a lot of comments here. All right. Nacio707, if we draft Fields and roll with him as a starter, what's your win-loss record for the season? Well, that's hard to gauge because I have to know how the other draft comes out. We really don't know how everything's going to come out yet. So wait till the draft comes out first. All right. Isaac V says, when you're sitting at number 12, I don't want to go to a bunch of quarterback pro days. Now that you move up to 3, you don't have to hide as much. Shanahan confirming the smoke screens. Yep, exactly. Butt balls from BEASTwriter Family. Dad balls have been scouts to evaluate high-level quarterback for decades. If he can hit a beer bong and throw a 60-yard bomb on the money, Jerry Flores, hey Beast, new subscriber. Thank you so much, and welcome to the BEASTwriter Family. Your social media engagement is encouraged, my man. He says, what do you think about Najee Harris? I love Najee Harris, and again, I know you say Najee Harris, but I think you mean Najee Harris. Najee Harris, to me, is my draft crush. You can watch the earlier podcast that I put on him. So after this live stream is over, I know you're a new subscriber. Just click BEASTwriter. That's a good question that you put that out there. So I'm just going to put this out there. Anything you want to know about anything I had to say, just go ahead and YouTube search BEASTwriter, and then whatever it is you want to search. So, or anything that I had to say. So in this case, YouTube search BEASTwriter Najee Harris, and you'll see everything I had to say about your boy Najee Harris. I really like the guy. He's my draft crush for a reason. A lot of guys aren't high on him as much as I am. He's number 4 ranked player on my big board as it currently stands. However, that's going to slip a little bit, and I'm going to point out my reasons why. So my big board is constantly changing, just like my mock drafts. So stay tuned for that. Najee Harris did slip a little bit in my big board, but he's not too far off. He's still inside the top 10 as of now. Robert Watson says, yeah, I'm an aspiring artist working on it. Bro, keep it up, man. You're doing a good job. I thought you were already, you're not an aspiring artist. You are an artist. You're not an aspiring artist. You actually are an artist, bro. Keep up the good work. I was like looking at it. I was like, bro, that's some good work. So aspiring, no, you're really good at what you do. Keep it up, man. And the BEASTwriter family is behind you 110%. So any way we can help you, let me know, man. I'm always down to help you out. All right, Jerry Flores says, hey, Beast, Harris looks good too. Niners should draft him in the second round. Ooh, I like it. I don't know if he's going to make it to the second round. He might be drafted in the tail end of the first with the team in the second round saying, you know what, we can't wait till the second round to get Najee Harris. Let's just trade up in the first, and we'll get him in the tail end of the first. Johnny Allen, if we trade Warner, we don't. Who will replace him? Nobody, as Jim Harbaugh would say. There's no one that can replace him. Yeah. Jerry and Goodell has to do that to stop himself from crying. Don Lovato, are you in Daly City? No, I'm not in Daly City. Unfortunately, I'm here in San Jose and Santa Clara. Chris McCormick, you know who else had a dad bod? Tom Brady. Exactly. Don Lovato from BEASTwriter Family. Trey Lance has an arm. The ball jumps out of his hands fast. 49ers Ultimate Report. I just read an article from Stan TB Taylor, not sure if you know him. He said that whatever quarterback is drafted, the 49ers will be a bust. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. The 49ers should take Creed Humphrey with a 43rd pick. So you're talking about the center from Oklahoma. I get it. I wouldn't be upset with that, but they have Alex Mack, so I don't think they're going to take Creed Humphrey at 43. Isaac V says, "Hey, proud Mexican here, proud to stand by my Asian brothers. No one deserves to be treated different based on race. We are the majority in the Bay Area. Peeps, get used to it." That is very true. And I'm not going to say that's not true because, yeah, especially here on the east side, it's definitely true. Cardboard King from the BEASTwriter Family. To me, it looks like the Niners are interested in Zach Wilson and Mac Jones. Still think the 49ers try and trade up to the second spot. If so, what are the chances we get the second pick? I don't know about the chances you get the second pick. Ultimately, it's going to come down to whether Joe Douglas wants Fred Warner or not. If he believes he wants Fred Warner, he's going to make the decision. It's not so much Robert Saleh's decision, because again, if that was the case and he had a strong say in personnel decisions, then why did they only sign Tevin Coleman coming from the 49ers when they let Kerry Hyder Jr. go to the Seattle Seahawks and Nikhil Witherspoon? Obviously, K'Waun Mills returned on a one-year deal. So realistically, how much say does Robert Saleh actually have? But when it comes to getting a quarterback of the defense and the franchise face of your team, you're going to look at a guy like Fred Warner, and he fits the bill to a T. So odds of doing that happening, I'm going to say 50%. 50%. Bassy HG, I want to hear with the 32nd pick in the 2022 NFL draft from the San Francisco 49ers, the Miami Dolphins select. I don't know who the Dolphins are going to select. Edge rusher. Probably an edge rusher. Hugo Molina, hey Beast, is there an edge rusher you like in round 3? I like Quincy Roche out of University of Miami. I really like Quincy Roche. I think he's an awesome player. Again, you look at his measurables, he actually tested a lot better than Gregory Rousseau, if you look at the measurables. And he was my excuse me, I'm losing my voice now. Been on here for almost 2 hours, but he was my top 5 senior board prospects to watch. So keep an eye on Quincy Roche from the University of Miami. All right. Niner Kingdom says, thank you so much for your generosity, Niner Kingdom, and for the super chat. I really appreciate it. This is a super chat. For those who are wondering what a super chat is, this is a super chat. Your thoughts, Stephen A. I hope you think Stephen A. Smith proposed Cam Newton, Jimmy G. Oh my gosh. I like it, as Cam would align way better as a bridge for the new quarterback, plus less cap hit. I'm not high on Cam Newton, man. I'm just not high on. I don't see it happening, number one. Because if you're bringing in a quarterback, well, I can't say it's not going to happen, because if they get a Justin Fields, obviously you can get a guy who has his skill set to be that bridge gap quarterback. Cam Newton would be that guy. But again, didn't they sign Cam Newton to that $15 million contract? He would come a lot cheaper than what Jimmy Garoppolo would be at $25 million. So you're saving about $10 million there. It can definitely happen, and I can see it happening. Now that I think about it, would it make sense? It would make sense for both parties. Would I be in favor of it? I would say 50-50 on that. So good point. That's actually, you make a great point that Cam would align way better as a bridge quarterback for the new quarterback, because, echoing on your analysis, Justin Fields would likely be that guy. But if it's Zach Wilson, then I don't know. I'd probably want another bridge cap quarterback there, while still maintaining the same system. Because anytime you have a Cam Newton quarterback, you kind of have to tailor back your scheme a little bit. All right. Isaac says, "You a car guy? Are you a car guy? We should get a Beast Fam cruise by Levi. It would be cool. Safe way to interact with the community. That would be that would be dope. That would be dope. That would be really, really awesome. If that really happened, that'd be dope. Niner Kingdom, thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate it again, and welcome to the BEASTwriter family, bro. All right, man. So I think that's going to be it for this podcast. I'm going to take a break, get some lunch, hop back on with my man Jim Trotter at 3:45 p.m. on our live stream. So stay tuned for that. We have a lot to discuss, but for now, sit tight. Again, Jim Trotter, if you're just joining us, is going to be on our live stream in about, it's 2 o'clock now, so an hour and 45 minutes. He'll be back on. So thank you for tuning in for this podcast. If you liked what I had to say, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. as you stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. Also, if you want to see anything that we had to say, just go ahead and look at the other things that were said on my other live streams, and you can kind of play catch up there. All right. Thank you for tuning in once again. Mahalo, mahalo for all your generosity and the super chats and the super stickers. Can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much. I'll be back in a couple hours. BEASTwriter out.